Joanna, oh, you got
I'm
glasses.
twinning you. I'm
Ah,
twinning.
I
No
like
quería
them. I
que
like it. I don't think I've seen those before. Those are good.
No, they're new. They're new. And you
Really?
know
Yeah.
what? I see something. I have one, and then I have another one in another color, which I cannot find it right now. So I'm gonna put this back in because I cannot see you. Hello, my friend. How are you? I
Doing
want to
fantastic.
congratulate you and your beautiful wife for the honor that she receives because I know when she wins, you win. You're super supportive of being recognized as the Woman of the Year, I believe, by the Hispanic Chamber in Prospera with the Quixote Awards.
Professional of the year. Professional
There
of the
you
year
go,
for
professional.
2023.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. I'm super proud of her. It's amazing the work that she does each day and every week. And her career just keeps exploding. And she's she finally being recognized in public. So super proud of her and appreciative for the honor.
Amen to that. And the reason why I also brought it up, not just because I'm so happy and excited for you guys getting this recognition, it's because to achieve the things at the level that Cindy achieved, there needs to be a certain type of commitment, goal setting. You need to have a different mindset. So let's open the conversation about that.
Absolutely. And you're 100% right. In fact, I was talking to somebody at our table on that evening, and I said, look, this is not incidental. This is intentional. There has been a plan in the works for a long time that, of course, took longer than we anticipated. It took more work than we anticipated, but the goal is the goal, and you increase your activity to hit your goal. So, as a segue, I think what a great topic for us to talk on today is simple steps. I call it my 6 simple steps to set up your end of year targets and set and next year's goals. Targets and goals, two different things. So I think let me define that, the difference between targets and goals, because I
Yeah,
think people
please.
get those confused sometimes and they think they're the one and the same. A goal is something that you will strive for. It's something that you cannot achieve today, you cannot achieve in 30 days. It's a big thing that you want to accomplish. That's the goal. In fact, you may never reach it. Like, to take Elon Musk, his goal is to go to Mars. That's his goal. He may or may not achieve it. If you believe in him, he will achieve it. But it's not shooting a SpaceX rocket. That's a target, right? So that's a goal. A target is a marker, is something that you can hit today on your way to your goal. So these are measurable things that you can do, that you can possibly hit today, hit this week, hit in the next 30 days, but it's a confirmation, an ongoing confirmation that you're getting closer to your goal. That's the difference between targets and goals. So what I want to talk about is, well, beyond knowing the difference between the target and the goal, what we realize also is that most people give up on their goals, right? Most
Yes.
people quit on their goals, quit on their targets, and most people don't stick to their goals, not because they're tired, not because they're capable, or they're not capable. The number one reason is why people quit on their goals.
Preach, brother, preach.
They were not big enough. It
Can you
sounds
repeat that, please? Repeat
they were
that.
not they're not big enough. That's the number
Yes.
one reason why people quit on their goals. It's crazy. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but the fact of the matter is, if the goal is not big enough to significantly change your life and the life of those around you, whether that's your family, your community, your organization, your business, your employees, you're just not going to stick to it. It's very easy to quit on that. If your business made, just to keep things simple, if your business made $10 last year and your goal is to increase by 10%, meaning $11 next year, whether you hit it or not is not going to change anybody's life. Now, if your business did $10 this year and next year is going to be 100, that's your goal. Then that has the potential to change the quality of your life, the health of your business, and the well-being and financial well-being of your employees. So it's very easy to quit on a goal that is not big enough, because the worst thing you can do is set up a goal that is small and hit it. That's the worst thing you can do, because it's not going to do anything for you. You're like, well, that was okay. That didn't do anything for me. And you may think, you may draw the conclusion that goals are not worth it. So I'm not going to set a goal next time because I set it this time, I hit it, and I didn't feel any differently.
Amen.
So I went a lot into the goals and targets and how to set the goals the right way, because it's super, super important. I think people are not setting their goals that are big enough, and therefore they quit. And if you have the wrong goals, you're going to have the wrong targets. You have the wrong targets. You have the wrong activity. You do the wrong activity, and you got
Mhm.
the wrong results. Does that make sense? Am I still
Oh,
tracking?
yes, yes, it absolutely makes sense. If you're not clear, and also we like to add a word clarity. If you're not clear
Clarity.
about your goals and your target, the difference between one or the other, and how you can take the most out of those once you achieve them, that's perfect. Because okay, it's not okay, you achieve this goal and then okay, and what do we do next? No, this goal is achieved, so we can there open the door for the next step that it's coming. It's a domino effect.
Yeah, 100%. And if you don't hit it, you're stuck or you go backwards, right?
Yes.
Or you hit the wrong one, it's not enough to get you to the next step. So it's super, super important to set goals the right way. And I just want to share quickly with everyone who's listening to us just the simple steps that I use to set goals the right way. And there's six, very
Yes.
simple to do and simple to not do them. So I'm hoping that you internalize this and actually take action. So first one is to set goals the right way. Number one, it's got to be big. I already talked about this.
Yes.
They have to be big. The payoff needs to be big. And big for you. It's not for me to define what big is for somebody else. But whatever you think big is, you need to at least 10x that. Make it bigger. Make
Yes.
it bigger. We're so used to hedging. We're so used to playing it safe. We're so used to paying, comfort inside of the comfort zone. Well, the goal needs to be big. So that's number one. And you said it already. You have to be very clear as to what that goal is. Very
I always
clear.
put it like in a more less sophisticated way. Go big or go home.
Yeah. I mean, you have to set it big, be clear about what that goal is, commit to it, and don't worry about the how. I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. There's like, well, yeah, this is a big bill, but these are the things that I have to do. I don't know that I can do it. I don't know that I have the skills. I don't know that I have the people. I don't think I have the time. I don't have the energy, the resources to make it. Forget about that for now. It's about setting the goal that excites you, that will change something meaningful in your life and the life of those around you. So that's number one. Set it big and don't hedge. Number two, decide what are you willing to give up. In order to get something big, you have to give up something, because we don't have extra time or extra money. So what are the things that you must and are willing to give up, because we're going to take massive action, right? To take a massive goal. Some things that you're doing today have to go away. Who needs to be in your life and who needs to be at a distance. So it's things, activities, and people, right? So what are you giving? What are you willing to um, give up to get it? So that's number two. I'm sorry, I kind of blend number two and number three. Number two is what are you willing to do to get it? What are you willing to do to get it? So massive actions. What are the things that you're willing to do? Like we were talking earlier, if somebody wants to get in shape, lose some weight or lose some body fat, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to get up every day at 4:30 in the morning so you're opening the door to the gym at 5?
Oh,
Literally waiting for the guy or lady to unlock the door at the gym at 5 in the morning? Are you willing to do that 7 days a week? That's the massive action. What are you willing to do?
yeah.
That's number two. Number three is what are you willing to give up? And I already talked about why it's important. Before you get into a journey to do something big, some of the things that are holding you back now, they need to go. That could be habits, that could be people, that could be activities. And honestly, before I add anything to my plate, I need to look at my plate and say, what needs to come off the plate
Yeah.
that is not serving me? And that comes first. And because you cannot get to the next level of activity, to this next level of results, doing exactly what you did before, with the tools you had before, with the people that were in your team. You got to change that, right?
Yeah.
Change what you're doing to get different results. And we cannot bring everyone with us. That's a hard one. That's a hard lesson to learn.
Mm.
Sometimes it's like, well, the people who got me here are the people who are going to get me to the next level. Not necessarily. Maybe, but not necessarily. So, what activities, what things, and what people you may have to eliminate so you can go to the next place. It could be the mindset. It could be the way you think. If you're trying to increase your income or the revenue of your business significantly, 40, 50, 60%. And that means that you're going, let's say, from $100,000 a year, now you want to do $500,000 a year, just round numbers.
Yes.
If that is really what you set your mind to, what you're locked in and you're committed to doing, you can't think at the same time that investing, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 to get training to help you get there faster, or to get a system, technology, people, consulting, whatever, coaching that you need. You can't think that $1,500 is a lot of money anymore, even if that's what you think right now,
Yeah.
because you no longer have a $1,500 problem, right? You have a $500,000 problem.
Amen to that. And just to paraphrase, I don't believe that he said it verbatim like this, but like Albert Einstein said, you cannot fix your problems with the same actions that caused them,
That creative, yeah,
that created them. Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So those are the things that, what are you willing to go with? It could be your mindset. It could be the way you think about things. So just a quick recap, set the goal the right way, big, audacious. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? The fourth step is give yourself a short runway, meaning that I want to do this goal in a ridiculously short term. I believe in 12-month goals, but I'm more convicted to a 30-day goal. So I may start with a 12-month goal, but I immediately break it down to monthly and weekly goals, and sometimes daily, depending on what the goal is. So give yourself time and a short runway, because you need that pressure. It's time compression. Time compression is big. It's you have to give it urgency to
And
what.
some of us thrive in chaos, my friend.
That's right. Do you work better when you have a short runway, when you have a long runway?
Depends of how big the end game of each goal is. Sometimes some of them need that planification rather than the quick sprint, and others can be executed like that. So I guess in my case personally, it depends on which the situation is, but I always try to move on with the urgency that it's
Yeah,
needed.
I think that's the key.
Mhm.
Sometimes you give people 90 days and they're going to get everything that needs to get done on day 89. So the first 88 days were wasted anyway. So that's the whole point of giving yourself, don't give yourself so much time that you're going to waste. So
Correct.
give yourself,
Yes.
put yourself in a short runway, create some urgency, even if it's artificial. You know, urgency is going to make you move faster and move at a bigger scale and stop you from being distracted. So
Yeah.
that's number 4, short runway. Number 5 is accountability. Set a system of accountability. You can be accountable to yourself, but you can share your goals with somebody else who's going to also help you become accountable, or stay accountable to doing what you said that you were going to do when you said you were going to do it. Not beyond having people have your calendar keep you accountable with reminders.
Yes.
Have signage in your office as reminders of your goal and the things that you say you were going to do. Because here's a fact, and I learned this the hard way. Discipline alone, and I'm a very disciplined person.
Oh,
I
yes.
mean,
I can test.
discipline alone will not force you to do what you must do to get everything done. We want it. We think, oh, you just got to be disciplined. Yeah, I believe that you cannot be successful without being disciplined. I believe that, at least in the long term, right? You can't build something big with sustainability without discipline. But it's not enough because at the end of the day, human beings, we do what we want to do.
Amen.
We do what we want to do. So we need a system of accountability that keep us focused. So that's number five. And number six is, and this is controversial for some people, have a negative consequence, pain or negative consequence for not doing what you say you were going to do. Because you know, a lot of times as humans, we do more to run away from pain than to run towards pleasure. So if pain is more powerful, there has to be a negative consequence for you not hitting or not doing the things, the daily activities to hit your targets that eventually will get you closer to your goal. So there's got to be a negative consequence. In fact, I know a small team inside of our organization. Actually, they're not very small. They've gotten really, really big. But there's three partners that every year they set up their goals and targets, and there are negative consequences. One of them is a really healthy eater. She's a vegan, very healthy eater. And if she commits to something and she doesn't hit it, especially in 30-day sprints, 30-day goals, she has to eat a Big Mac.
Ooh,
And it for her, this is like, please just, this is the worst that can happen to her.
dude, I am not a vegan and I would not eat.
Right. But that's negative consequence for her. For one of her partners, he has really long hair. He's always had long hair. So the negative consequence for him was to chop it up. So these are severe negative consequences just to keep you in the game. You know, not only you will have a compelling vision of the future through your goals and activities, but also need to have a very clear picture of what it will look like if you don't do it. It's not like, well, it didn't happen. So what? If you do enough of that, you're never going to get anywhere. So those are the six simple steps to set your goals the right way. Just a quick recap: set the goals the right way, uh, make it big. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? Short runway. Apply some urgency, some pressure to the system. Set up a system of accountability, and create pain and negative consequences for not doing it.
Wow, wow, Antonio, that's been goal in its own. And to try to like you said, bring it down. I believe it's also to create, and it goes in line with the steps that you were mentioning. It's creating an ecosystem where you are fail proof. For instance, if you want to, like you just mentioned, reach a goal, be sure that you create and connect with people that are aligned or are already there. So by proximity, you learn. If one of your goals, just to make, I always bring the gym because that's something that we all know about. If you
Mhm.
want to do and take the sure that go into the gym, set the alarm 1, 2, 3, 4 times as needed. Have the clothes right next to it. If you have to even sleep on your clothes, do it. um, Already plan and prepare ahead that, okay, if you know that the gym doesn't have a water dispenser, bring your own water. They don't have the towels, bring your own towels. Create an ecosystem that is so good enough that it's going to help you thrive rather than put friction in order for you not to do it.
Mhm.
And the last one that you mentioned, it really connected with me because that's human nature. It's our prefrontal cortex trying to avoid us the dangers that are around. So if in the case of the examples that you gave, for those two people, those punishments trigger that alert, and the brain automatically goes like, no, block, cancel, don't do it. But
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that also not only pain is a trigger, but also pleasure is a trigger. So why not also for those people that do not want to achieve that by pain, do it by pleasure. I'm going to give myself at the end of the year, let's say a getaway for me and my family to XYZ destination. That
Mhm.
can also be an, something that will provide enthusiasm, maybe not as a painful way, but in a pleasure way.
Yeah.
How? but I said people work differently. For some people, the pain it is like there's some people that thrive in chaos. There's some people that thrive in planning. There's people that thrive in pain. There's other that thrive in pleasure. So just create that environment, that ecosystem that will set you up for success. Where there be roadblocks, absolutely. That's the only thing that I can guarantee. But if you have a system around you that is going to provide you the tools in order to overcome all of this, man, you are pretty much well set for success, just like you guys were, like you just said. The recognition that you received, you and Cynthia, was not a product of, because of her pretty face, which she is beautiful, by the way.
She is
It's
beautiful.
and smart. It's just because she did the job, she set the goals, she created an ecosystem for it to help her achieve those goals. And it's not rocket science, guys. It's just put your money where your mouth is. Or I don't know if it's all the way around, but yeah.
No, that's right. Put your money where your mouth is. Absolutely. So yeah. So that those are the things that are important all year, but this time of the year it becomes even more critical that we pay attention to those details and set the goals the right way. Set your plan of attack now. So while everyone is asleep, you're grabbing market share because you're ready. You're not getting ready. You've been ready.
Yes.
So that's what I have to say, my friend. Anything you want? Anything else you want to add?
I think it's a lot. We unpacked a lot, and yes, let's save some for round two.
All right. Well, listen, good to see you. And I will see you soon.
Same thing. Bye, brother.